Hi everybody, it's Dara. We're on. And it's been an amazing day of decluttering, and many of you know that I really believe in detoxifying the body, obviously. And when we start to do that, we start to notice and become more sensitive to so many things, relationships, people with energy that doesn't really work for us, that doesn't serve us currently. People, places don't always feel the same, and definitely things in our environments. So when we are sitting around and we look up at our shelves and we kind of get this intuition that something really shouldn't be there, go ahead and take a look at what titles are staring back at you, what things you're holding on to. And we're at the tail end of like a 3-year, Gage and I have been doing this for 3 years, little by little, and sometimes it's a big shift. Sometimes it's a big shift from like one career to another, and it takes time. So it can't be, just like detoxifying can't happen overnight. We wouldn't be able to survive if all of a sudden our bodies just became completely clean. The same thing with our home. So we, might do one drawer, then we might do another drawer, then we might go back and do it even more hardcore than we did before. I'm a huge fan of what I call extreme sport decluttering. So going as deep as you can and as hard as you can at first, and you always can go back, and there always is more. And we are pretty much dialed in here. I'm so tickled to say that we just did a drop at Salvation Army, and I'm so happy. Maybe I'll post that picture. I took a picture in front of the sign. I'm so proud of really being able to let go and knowing that the things aren't holding people. Like, they remind us of things, but the people who've passed on are with us, anyway, in our hearts, especially my mom. This is the week, last year, this is the last week of her life. And so I've been really very sensitive and really aware of my surroundings. And one of the things that she taught me in her passing, I was decluttering her room before she left, and I said, Mom, do you want this? And I asked her, I was trying to make everything nicer in her home for her to live or her not to live, but I just wanted the environment to feel clean, clear, and bright. And so it was a 40-day test and trial, the two of us. When I got there, I found out she had her brain tumor, and on the 40th day she passed. But 2 weeks into it, I was wholeheartedly decluttering for her life, for her to feel happy in her home. And I remember saying, do you want this? No, you can let that go. Do you need the 5 pairs of flip-flops? No, I don't need the 5 pairs. Do you need this? Oh yes, I need those. And it was a pair of shoes from Paris from years and years ago that I had never seen her wear, and they were beautiful, and she loved them. And it just taught me that, we hold on to things, and we might hold on to too much because our home life and our emotional lives become cluttered. And so letting go is also a willingness to let go of things that we're holding on to, emotions, sadness, anger, whatever it is. And certain things my mom wasn't willing to let go of, and when she did pass, those things just left. So they weren't anything that anybody else wanted other than her holding on. And it really just taught me a huge lesson that I don't need to hold on to things for my daughter, and I don't need to hold on to things because my mom had them. It's okay to let go, and I think that's something that we're not used to. So I really just want to encourage you to, feel each item and feel if it's bringing you happiness, and if it is, then you put it in its proper place, and if it's not, consider maybe taking a picture of it and letting go. Okay, so that's my little talk on letting go and decluttering. It's on my mind. She's on my mind so much this week. I finally, I'm happy to say, started running again. I was running before I was taking care of her, and I was running while I was taking care of her every night at 10 o'clock. And after she passed, I didn't feel like it. And this past 2 weeks, I have been running again, and I feel good again. And she's coming to me in my dreams and looking beautiful again. And I'm not as haunted as I was by a lot of things. And it's just been a beautiful year, a really big year of growth. So on that note, I'm going to after a full day of working and decluttering and making this house and home sing, I have all this beautiful, cheery, I've got the beautiful sunflowers and the beautiful yellow squash And I'm thinking, why not julienne this into a big bowl and I have these beautiful cherry, these tomatoes, which are, you know, when you put them in a salad and you put a cherry tomato whole, you could stick the fork and it could squirt, or you could put it in your mouth and it could end up squirting. So I like to take the time and cut these in half. And when they're firm enough, they're nice in a salad. When they start to get a little mushy, I think, well, why not make them into a salad dressing? So we're going to have a tomato tahini salad dressing with some cilantro, either chopped into the zucchini, but cilantro helps get rid of heavy metals. And I just threw out the last of my lip liners that may have had, you know, when we use makeup that has lead in it, we're eating it and we're putting it on our skin and we're taking it in. And I had some lip liners I got rid of, and this is a natural one from, I think it's Gabriel Cosmetics I was playing. So when we want to get rid of heavy metals, if we've ever used deodorant that has aluminum, or we've had lead or mercury, we've had fish or anything like that, cilantro helps our body pull it out. So cilantro every day is amazing. We'll chop that in. We have orange peppers. These are beautiful. So we're going to have gorgeous colors. We're going to have yellow. Yeah, I think I will. My decision to chop the cilantro will be so that I can have these colors all together. And then the tomato dressing. I have beautiful little baby romaine. I love it. It's so crisp. I have some green zucchini, and I have purple onion. So we have orange, yellow, purple, green. I have avocado, which will go nice in my dressing. Maybe some, yeah, with the tahini. And the thing is that when you eat all of the colors of the rainbow, you're not only getting vitamins, but you're getting the different phytonutrients that's available in the colors. So let's just go to it, I suppose. What do we like? The dressing first. I think I'll do the dressing first. Do we have the tahini? You didn't find it? I know I bought tahini. It could be in the cabinet behind me. So I'm going to start picking out the you can put the tomato with the little stem in or not. That's up to you. You found it. Thank you so much. Maybe you could give it a stir for me. Gage is my assistant. And we're doing big projects. And little projects. We're working on some big, exciting things, which you guys will know about soon. The first one that's coming out is the tonic ebook, and that should be out by the end of August. And it's 30 recipes. I thought it was 25. It's 30 recipes, which we tested and tested again, and I'm so happy and pleased. And they're for all different wishes and desires and needs. And okay, we got tomatoes. One of these days, my recipe book that we worked so hard on will come out. But I don't know, there's about 50, 60 recipes. So these things take extra time. People don't know it, but if you've ever done a recipe book and you really care, you know, if you really care what the recipes taste like, and I need to do it myself. I need to, you know, have my heart and soul into it. I wouldn't just pass it off to someone else, because I could have, because we have a lot of recipes that could just be transcribed, but it's my nature to really check and know that they are something that I will be proud of forever. Okay, so tomato, the tahini's coming. We're going to use this great salt. Premier, I like this one. Premier pink salt. Premier Research Lab. So we'll put some salt in. Get some tahini. We can put some habanero in. You like spicy, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there was one. Did I take one out? Maybe
on the table.
Did I take it out? Yeah, I think I did.
Might be on the other side of the.
Oh, there it is. It's on the other side. Borner beef slicer, and I'll leave that on the side. I think make sure that it's still on, because I forgot to put it on the mode that won't get interrupted. It's on? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to put half a habanero in. Crazy like that. You game? Mm-hmm. As long as it has enough fat in it, you know, it'll mellow out the pepper. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again for those of you who want to lose weight. The capsaicin in the pepper boosts your metabolism. It also gets rid of germs and virus things, so it's a very beneficial little addition to your dressing. So yeah, my mom, like, what a big year. What, like, the thing that I learned the most from that whole experience is that I tried so hard to make her better, and I knew that a lot of her, it's karmic, you know, I mean, it's food related, but when it's time for someone to go, there's not much you can do. I mean, you have to, it was my, you know, kind of enlightenment, or the moment when I realized, wait a minute, I don't want to push juices and push things that are making her feel uncomfortable, or the enemas that she didn't want to do. I had this just like flash of recognition that it's her soul's journey. Like, she passed the baton to me, and I get to do all of this, and she went as far as she was supposed to go. And there's just such a beauty in that, you know, there's such a beauty when you get to honor somebody else and their choices. So all of this stuff that we talk about, it's so beautiful for the people who get it, and for the people who don't, it's totally their choice. And it's such a kinder and gentler way to go about life and what we have to share, you know. Okay, why am I putting this on? So we have tomato, we have tahini, we have avocado, we have salt, and I think more tomatoes because I need it to be a little bit liquidy and bulkier, and we have the habanero, so it'll be spicy, creamy. And then I'll shut it off and prepare some of the vegetables, so you don't have to stand here while I sit there while I do the whole thing. So tomatoes have lycopene. We could put in some sun-dried tomato powder. I get mine from Frontier. The company's called Frontier. And that will give it a little more tomato flavor, and maybe Gage wants to get that. He knows where it is. We know where everything in this house is. I said, is there anything left that we need to get? You know, we were in the car on the way to Salvation Army. Is there any drawer you can think of? Is there any place? And I'm like, you know what? You know, there's that one Pyrex dish that doesn't have a lid. He's like, yeah, I know that one. I think we threw it out because it was cracked. I'm like, we're pretty dialed in if we can both recall the one round Pyrex dish that doesn't belong. So there we go. And I'm loving the NutriBullet because it's really easy. It's really convenient. It really blends things up quite nicely. So whereas I would normally use my little mini food prep Cuisinart food processor, which is still something I love, that one would blend hemp seeds a bit. This one would really take care of the hemp seeds. So I'm really loving it. Salad dressing, smoothies, soups. It's really thick. It's like a dip. Can't add any. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. A little bit of lemon. It's beautiful. So then Gage and I will take care of the vegetables. We'll start julienning and chopping, and then we'll tell you how good it tastes. And you could be lazy and just squeeze it in, but you might get a pit, which would turn it a little bitter. It would not be the end of the world. But you could be a little less lazy and squeeze it with a strainer. Now it's going to be perfect. And you could add spices, and you could add other things. A little garlic, a little onion. People ask why I'm not using raw garlic, and I have nothing against raw garlic. I did a blood test with Dr. Sadeghi, and I found out food allergies, and one of them was garlic. And I'm fine with when I use the powdered, but when I use the raw garlic, I just don't feel so well. So it's too strong for me, perhaps. But of course, you can go ahead and take care of the vegetables. We get to touch the produce. Ooh, this is so pretty. Here we go. There's the dressing. Part 2 is going to be the vegetables. See you soon. Okay, so we have the romaine, the zucchini, the cilantro, the orange pepper. I'm going to give it a stir, and then I can serve it. I can mix in the dressing if I want, or I could put a dollop of it after. If I were serving it at a cafe or a restaurant, I would have all the pretty colors of the food and then a dollop of the dressing. But there's something in me that likes to mix it, so it's so much easier. It doesn't quite look as pretty when you put the dressing on, so it's really your decision what you want to do. Gage, what do you think? Mix it up? We say just mix it up. It makes it just much easier, and then it coats everything. Because when you go to serve it, and if someone needs to mix it in their bowl, and the bowl isn't big enough or deep enough, it's not an easy thing to do. So for the sake of your guest, the person you're serving it to, it's easier to mix it ahead of time. And if you find for some reason that you didn't make enough dressing, it's an easy fix. You could drizzle some olive oil and a little bit of salt, and it makes it go longer. It makes it go further. But this is, I think we have the right amount here. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. It smells so good. So as you can see, raw food is not boring. Raw food is fun. And you get to make do with what you have. So you get to be creative and learn how to flavor balance for yourself. Because like I always say, all raw food is not created equal. I can't tell you what to eat because I don't know what you have locally. I don't know what's available, affordable. I don't know, what you're in the mood for. I don't know how much you need to eat or what or where you live. So it really is dependent on what season, what's available, and learning how to feed yourself is essential with whole, living, plant-based foods. And here we go. Because, people will say, 100% raw food diet, I don't know. But nobody's saying you have to eat it 100%, all the time, every day. Eat other things. But there isn't really anybody saying that this isn't good for you to eat. Really, nobody is disputing the fact that this is really good for you. How much to eat of it, or if that's the only thing you should eat, that's up to you and your body and how you feel. But this is certainly a great addition to anybody's diet. So what I say to people who are afraid of giving up things is I say, don't give up anything. Just eat this first before you have your other stuff, and then see how you feel. See what you want to eat then. Usually this takes over and you just feel so good that you don't really want anything else. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. And then I have my little garnish, and you can put some avocado on top. Ta-da! There you go. Bon appetit, everybody. Get your greens on, and I will see you really soon.